Hello everybody. Those of you who follow my videos know that I recently repaired this Ottlite here. And I repaired it by fixing the electronic ballast that was inside here. In that video I showed you I spent just a couple dollars in parts, 2 transistors and 2 resistors. I was able to fix the ballast. This is an Ottlite model GX7907, and it has the E bulb in it, the PL13-E fluorescent tube. But I had a plan B, and let me show you what plan B was. In the event that I didn't get the electronic ballast fixed, my plan was to convert this to an LED light. It was going to be a little more expensive than a couple dollars in parts, but let me just show you how I was going to do it, because my backup parts came in. So you can see the original socket here. That socket is for the original fluorescent tube, PL13 bulb. Here it is right here. You get an idea of the pin configuration, 2 pins, little locking tab. Let's see if I can put this in for you, holding the camera on at the same time. So you can see there the bulb is. I don't know what these 2 tabs do right here. They don't seem to do anything in this particular socket or in this particular light. But the one thing I can tell you is that it does prevent me from installing this LED cob light. Those tabs prevent this light from going all the way in. So originally I thought I might take my Dremel and tear these tabs off, because they don't appear to do any, don't appear to have any real function for this light. But then when I looked further inside this, there are, I don't know if you can see it, there are some notches in the bottom of this right here. There's a notch there and a notch down here, which would also have to be modified. So what I did was I ended up looking online, and I ended up finding this socket here from Asia. It's a little expensive. It was just under $5, like $4.50 delivered. And you can see here that it is the mounting holes, which are roughly in the 2 o'clock and 8 o'clock position. You can see that the 2 mounting holes line up with the existing mounting holes. So I could literally take the screw out here and drop this socket in. And you can see here that this LED lamp, cost around $5.50 more or less. So for basically a socket and a lamp, $10. That socket fits this lamp. I could put this lamp into this lamp assembly, and I'd have an LED lamp. So for $10 you could repair it. If the idea of replacing electronic components is a little intimidating to you, or in the event that just those 4 components that you spent a couple of bucks for don't fix the light, you could salvage this whole lamp by getting an LED light. You got to figure out what wattage you want and what color you want. Color being on the Kelvin scale. Do you want daylight? Do you want warm white? Do you want cool white? So do you want 5000 K or 4000 K? For reading and whatnot, I think daylight is a little too bright and a little too harsh. So you might want to go with a warm white or something like that. Cool white might not be acceptable either. But as you can see here, this socket and this lamp would be a terrific retrofit for this lamp assembly. Keep in mind you would have to remove the electronic ballast and just wire the cord through the switch to the other side. Just take the ballast out of the circuit. I would keep the on-off switch, this on-off switch, I would keep that in the circuit, so you have a way of controlling the lamp. But you would have a lamp that essentially for $10 would probably last a long, long time compared to to this bulb. This bulb is going to be in the tens of thousands of hours of life, I would suspect. And I doubt that this thing is more than a couple thousand hours. And this is pretty expensive. I think these are typically well over 10 bucks and sometimes really hard to find. You can find bulbs that look just like it, but they won't exactly fit this particular socket because these tabs are in the way. So that's the retrofit idea I had. Just thought I'd share it with you if you didn't like the idea of doing soldering work and replacing electronic components, because that's not your forte. So if you like this idea or if you found this helpful, how about subscribing to my channel? As I've lectured in previous videos, I can only tell whether these videos are useful or interesting to you if you subscribe. I've got lots of hits and lots of views, but candidly it doesn't tell me whether the audience looking at them actually finds them interesting. So please subscribe. I really appreciate it. And again, the warning, if I take no responsibility if you injure yourself or others because you've attempted to do something here that's beyond your skill level or level of expertise, or that you lack the knowledge and the tools to do this safely and properly.